Now to the heightening tensions in the Indo-Pacific. The Philippines is raising serious concerns over increasing Chinese maritime activity near the Scarborough Shoal. According to official data released by the Philippine Coast Guard, last year saw a significant rise in the presence of Chinese maritime forces in the area. This includes ships from the People's Liberation Army Navy, the China Coast Guard, and vessels believed to be part of the Chinese maritime militia. The report notes that China Coast Guard ships have not only increased in number, but have also been operating closer to the Philippine mainland. The vessels were detected moving from the waters of UNCLOS down towards Mindoro, far beyond their previous operating zones. The closest recorded approach to the Philippine coast took place in April last year. However, this represents a major shift from the previous year, when most Chinese Coast Guard ships remained within 10 to 15 nautical miles of Bajo de Masinloc. As a result, Filipino fishermen have been forced to move away from their traditional fishing grounds. Earlier this month, the Philippine Coast Guard stepped in to protect fishermen in the West Philippine Sea. This came after a local fishing boat was harassed by Chinese maritime vessels. China has also released its own account of events in the West Philippine Sea. According to a statement from the Chinese embassy in Manila, a Chinese Navy ship identified as a vessel and provided humanitarian assistance to a distressed Philippine fishing boat on December 25th last year. Beijing rejected claims from the Philippine side that the incident constituted a violation of the Philippines' exclusive economic zone.
This morning, the head of the Asian Affairs Department of the Chinese Foreign Ministry met with the Philippine ambassador to China and once again lodged a solemn protest on the issue. It must be stressed that the Philippine side has long been abetting and conniving at the Coast Guard spokesperson, who spoke willfully on China-related and maritime-related issues, inciting confrontation, misleading public opinion, and even wantonly making absurd remarks that directly attack and smear China. We cannot accept that.
Well, the Philippines pushed back strongly against the statement from China.
These are not smears or slanders. These are factual accounts backed by video evidence, photographs, official Philippine Coast Guard reports, and third-party observations, including satellite imagery and statements from other nations.
Well, Manila also said the Chinese embassy's statement itself crosses a legal and diplomatic line. It argues that by demanding clarification from the government and implying disciplinary action against a Philippine official, the Chinese embassy is interfering in the country's internal affairs. Manila also accused China of trying to shift attention away from the real issue, its continuing actions in the West Philippine Sea. It says the international community deserves answers from China for dangerous maneuvers by its vessels and the harassment and blocking of Filipino fishermen within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The Philippines also points to the deployment of Chinese maritime militia and the construction of artificial islands. Well, this incident is part of a broader pattern playing out across the Indo-Pacific, where China has increasingly asserted its maritime claims. The Philippines says its response is transparent, lawful and defensive, and part of a broader effort to push back against unilateral assertions. The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. Conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.